So we have created our e-commerce dashboard with a template that maybe you want to customize it, you want to learn a little bit more on Looker Studio, you don't want to be lazy. So as you can see, there are more pages that you can explore. I will show you how we can create a report from scratch, and we will start with GA4 data. So let me show you something. I will go here to page 9 of 9 in our templates and I will create a new page. I will click here, you will see the navigation or all the pages within this report, and I will create a section. I want to organize my report pages. This time I will click on this three dot icon, rename, and I will call it channels. That will be enough. Within this section, I will add pages. So here, add a page, and this new untitled page will be for our GA4 data, but I will do a change. I will drag it and drop here in the section, and I will rename it. It will be called website, so it is GA4 data. Now, in this blank report, I will show you how you can create your own charts and how you can understand your marketing data. Now here, I will select an icon for this section, and it will be this shopping cart, so it is e-commerce data, and I will go to apply. Well, how you can create your dashboards on Looker Studio. You will see this super simple. Here, I will go to add a chart, and I will select scorecards. Scorecards are the most plain way to visualize your data. It is simply a number, and I will paste it here. In the setup of this scorecard, I can set up my query. This time, the field by default is blended hour, which is meaningless. What I want to do is show you how you can pull your own data. If I select my Google Analytics for purchases revenue, here I could display the revenue data from my e-commerce from GA4. However, as you can see, this website that I am connecting is not an e-commerce site, but the logic is the same. If you are connecting a GA4 property, you could pull your revenue, your orders, and all the metrics from e-commerce from GA4 data. But remember, for this example, this website I am connecting is not an e-commerce. So here I can see that the purchase revenue is 0. It is a little bit meaningless, but we will improve this dashboard. The first thing I want to do to add context is I will go to comparison date range, and instead of none, I will select previous period and apply. This is super useful because I want to compare my current performance versus the past so I can see I am doing well or not. I want to know if I am 5% above or 10% below. But I will change the metric so we can see actual data. So in the metric, in the query of this scorecard, I will select a different metric, Google Analytics for key events, and I will select this field. Now I have something, and I will duplicate this scorecard so I can visualize more metrics. I will drag and drop here. So the first scorecard is key events, and the second one will be sessions. I want to monitor my traffic. So again, I will type GA4 sessions, and I will have it here. Now you might be wondering why these fields have these names, why it is Google Analytics for sessions and not only sessions. Remember that we have connected multiple data sources. So what we did at Porter Metrics is that for every field, we will start with the data source name so you can identify it. You will see that this will be very useful when we start building the dashboard and I want to connect Meta Ads data here and GA4 data here and TikTok data here. That's why these names are like this. However, you can change the naming of your fields, and I will show you how you can do it later so these names are shorter. Now, I have my most important metrics here. I have my conversion data and my traffic data with sessions. Now it is time to segment this data. So what I will do first is I will go to add a chart. I will paste a time series here, and if I am visualizing a time series, I want to visualize my data over time. So the dimension instead of hour, this time will be date. In my case, it is called blended date, but it is the same meaning. And the metric, it is here, key events. So I will visualize my key events over time, day by date. I could do it by month, by week, by day of week, and so on, but I will keep it as date. I am visualizing the same metric I have above, but now over time, so I have more context. I will do some changes though. You can see that in the first tab, I have the setup. It is the boring part, the query, the data, and so on. In the styling, I can change more things like the color. So I will go to style, and the line color this time will be orange. Now this looks like more GA4 data. I will do something else. I will change the size of this time series because I want to add more charts. And here I will go to add a chart. And in add a chart, this time I will choose a tables. Tables are great because I can visualize multiple dimensions and metrics in this chart. So I will go to setup, And as dimension, I want to break down my data this time by source. I want to know my acquisition sources. So here, if I type GA4 source, I can have it here. And the metric this time, instead of key events, I want to do it with sessions. If I select sessions and I go to style, now I will be able to see my traffic data and my top performing acquisition sources. As I can see, most of my traffic is coming from Google, from Stripe, and so on. This is not real, but it gives you an idea of how this data works. However, I want to change the styling. I don't want that header in a white background. So here I will scroll down and I will change the header background. It will be transparent, and also the font, instead of black, I will make it white. Now it is better. But as you know, I don't like this blue for my GA4 data. So if I scroll down, I will look for the color of this bar, and also I can display the numbers in these bars. Bars are visual, but they don't give me context. So I will enable raw numbers and I will select a color for this bar chart, and it will be again orange. So this is GA4 data again, and the dashboard looks like that. So the show number, orange, everything is correctly. And now I have a GA4 dashboard, but I want to fix the size of all these charts. So let me accommodate this a bit. I will change the size here. I will drag and drop everything because I want to add more charts. You will see that we have more data to explore here. Now, I will duplicate this table, Control C and Control V. I will drag and drop here, and instead of acquisition source, now I want to break down or segment my data by top content. In the case of GA4, this content is my page titles, my page URLs. So this time the dimension will be GA4 page title, and I will paste it right here. And now I am breaking down my data like this. As you can see, most of my traffic is coming from a particular page. I can segment my data by more levers or segmentations or dimensions. Let me explain it. So I have segmented my data by channel or acquisition source and by content, and I can segment my data by more criteria or levers, but I will adjust a little bit the sizing and the spacing here. So I will drag and drop here, and I want to make clear what this table is about and what the other table is about. So I will click on the first table, I will go to style, and I will add a title. This title will be called top sources. And the table below, I will add a title as well, and I will call it top content. Now I want to segment my data by audience criteria like demographics, geography. So let me show you how to do that. I will go to add a chart. Then I will select this stack bar chart and I will paste it right here. This time I will create a demographics report. So I will go to setup, and in dimension, this time I will select GA4 age. I want to visualize my data by age group, and also I want to visualize it by gender. As you can see, this visualization lets us choose two dimensions to break down our data. So here, this chart is breaking down our demographic data by gender and by age, but I want to change the sorting. I want to sort by age, starting with the older generations. If I go to style here, I will add a title, and now this chart, I will call it demographics. I will end with a geographic chart or report. So I will go to add a chart, I will select a Google map or bubble map, I will paste it right here, and for this, I need a different dimension. Remember, dimensions are the way you can segment your data, or the parameters or the criteria. As I am using a map chart, I need a geographic dimension like city, country, region, even zip code. For GA4 data, we can break down by country and by city. I am choosing country this time. And the size, I can choose a metric. So I can select the size of these bubbles, and the metric will be again sessions to visualize my traffic. Finally, I will change the size of this table, and I will go to style, and as you know, I will choose a title. The title will be geography, and the color of this map, of course, again, will be orange. So as you can see, I have changed the colors, I have chosen different charts, I have visualized multiple metrics. You could also ring your revenue data if you have connected your e-commerce data here. It is time to connect our Shopify data, but for now, we have learned how to connect our Google Analytics 4 data to Looker Studio for building e-commerce dashboards. See you in our next lessons.